with robotics, IoT, AI. There's a lot of development at the moment. Do you think that technology actually plays a big role in this?
This is very interesting that you asked that.
Tatjana Ahmed runs one of Dubai's most advanced housekeeping operations. At Grand Hyatt, she oversees more than 700 rooms and leads a bold sustainability program, eliminating 80% of single-use plastics, replacing chemicals with steam and ozone, and introducing robotics. Her work proves that true hospitality begins long before a guest even checks in.
We have started a couple of years ago, slowly going away from mop and bucket. So these technologies we have adopted quite some time ago. It's not as much time consuming as going around,
What I always find fascinating is that obviously technology can quite intimidating in a way for staff working in a particular process or way. Do you feel that technology is being perceived as a threat by your employees?
People come here for a purpose, and I think people are very open to learn and experience new things, and they embrace new technologies. I mean, it's a new generation, right? So they're just waiting for new things to come in, and I don't think it's a big issue.
Welcome, Tatjana. It's a pleasure to have you with me.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be here today.
Starting off with a big question. What does clean mean in 2025 to you?
Oh, thank you. That's a very good question. Of course, the term clean has kind of changed, in the perspective, for our customers as well as for us, for the team who's carrying out the cleaning. It should not be only visibly clean, it has to be actually clean. It has to be clean from pathogens and bacteria and viruses. There's an underlying hygienic area which needs to be completed, let's say. So we take various measures, to ensure that the cleaning is done in a proper manner, and that guests feel comfortable in the area where they're residing in. For example, the guest room or our outlets, the restaurants.
Do they expect it also for you to focus on certain things, like you're saying, making sure that clean is more than just the appearance, but also the absence of pathogens, viruses, and all these things? Or is that something that is more driven from the hotel side?
I think it's both ways. The customers expect that there is a deep cleaning done, and that the areas are not clinically clean, but properly cleaned, that we still do our touch points in the guest rooms and in the public areas as well. This is something which I think will never go away. And I think it's also very important, to have this reassurance, that certain things are deeply cleaned, with the proper cleaning chemicals and with the proper tools, and that our teams are properly trained so they know the effects of what they are doing.
And do they? Is that a remnant of basically COVID, and it's there to stay, or was it already always a very important topic?
This is very interesting that you asked that. We always had a touch point schedule.
Yeah.
Far before COVID, but COVID really put it in front of everybody again and reassured us it's correct what we are doing. Yeah. So we continue doing it.
Yeah. And thus, when you focus on clean in the way you do, does that sort of like have a natural tension with the topic sustainability as such, or
yes,
does it coincide?
I mean, cleaning and sustainability go hand in hand. We have to make sure that the cleaning material we use is not harmful to the environment. So we speak to our suppliers, to make sure that we have chemicals which are Green Seal certified or Eco certified. This goes for our cleaning materials in housekeeping as well as in the laundry. And we look at safety data sheets, to see, what are the ingredients, is it harmful? Do we have to have wear protective gear for the teams, Are they being exposed to fumes, which are not good for them, when they use it for an extended time. So we are looking at various aspects to make sure that the environmental safety and sustainability aspects are all also met, Microfiber is a big thing. We clean a lot with microfiber. We have all different colors for housekeeping, for F&B, and we train the staff accordingly to make sure that the certain color is used to a certain area, that there is no cross contamination.
Yeah, so it's the bricks, basically, following that whole principle. But what is sort of in your mind when you look at sustainability? On one hand is the supplies, the consumables that are being used. On the other hand, it's also the target area, I guess, what you try to reduce or improve. What in a hotel are the biggest sort of like challenges, areas in terms of sustainability?
Well, it's not only the chemicals we use, it's also the products we are providing to our customers. Now, the trend is to give more the large format amenities, the half liters, which are bolted onto the wall, rather having the 30, 50 or 100 ml amenities. And when we look at the ancillary items such as the toothbrushes, the shower caps, the shaving kits, whatever goes into the room, we have to make sure that they're coming from a sustainable resource, and that they're made out of sustainable or biodegradable material as much as possible.
Yeah. And do you see a lot of innovation in that, in terms of supply towards the hospitality industry by large?
Yeah. There is a big pool now. Either it's made out of bamboo material or it's made out of cornstarch material. You see also like shower caps are now biodegradable. They dissolve in water after a certain period of time rather than like a couple of years. They biodegrade much faster. And everybody is looking at the packaging. We are rather going away from boxes, plastics, just having simpler paper packaging, But it's still a lot.
Yeah. Are we on a good track in that?
I think we are improving, yeah. But if you're talking 5-star hospitality, luxury hospitality, guests have certain expectations and we have to live up to this, So they do expect, when they open the drawer that everything is nicely there and packaged and it looks appealing to the eye, When they open the packaging, it's a good quality, which is inside. And rather than only using it once, they can use it maybe multiple times. So the quality is very important as well, And of course, living up to the expectations of our customers is also equally important.
But that must be an extremely difficult balance, I think, to strike for you, because obviously when you run a hospitality business, the ROI or the earnings you have on a room are quite important. So how do you balance basically the guest expectations in that regard and sustainability?
When we look at a new project, for example, some time ago when we moved from the small amenities to the larger amenities, there is a cost of investment, of course, Alone the brackets. We have 710 guest rooms, So you have a bracket in the shower, you have a bracket on the wash basin. In the suites, you have multiple brackets. And then the bottles itself, they come filled, So every couple of weeks, you have to exchange the entire bottle because of cross-contamination. It comes with a price, but we do a return of investment, and it's also when the owners get involved, for example, the brackets are not consumables. They're an FF&E item. So the owners would say, okay, they pay for this, we pay then for the consumables. And we do see that there is a reduction in usage, because often when you have a 50 ml shampoo bottle, when we throw it away because it's open, 25 ml are still inside.
Yeah.
So if you have a big bottle, these 25 ml are saved. So this is something you're not spending. So it really, I must say, after having this implemented after almost 2 years, I don't think we are spending more money on that. Yeah, I mean, from a monetary perspective, it was a good decision, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think knowing that indeed you start eliminating some of the garbage streams, waste streams, from the rooms.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
It all compounds at the end
Yeah.
of the day. There is this conception, though, I guess in people's minds, that sustainable is equal to more expensive at the end of the day. But do you see actually that certain products are actually coming down in price also over time?
I think so, because it's on the end, it's also the mass production.
Yeah.
Always when there is something new, in the beginning, when the bamboo toothbrush was there, it was very expensive. Now the prices are coming down, and they're kind of, because everybody is using it, so the production is more, the prices are coming down. Yeah. So it's more or less the same what it used to be before.
And do you see at the same time, obviously, the Grand Hyatt has a particular sustainability strategy. I'm sure that is all mapped out. But do you see, for example, standards like Green Key having a more and more important role in how hospitality businesses have to operate?
Of course.
Is the guest expectation?
Yeah, of course. I think that the Green Key sustainability standards must be embedded in the hotel operation, because they make you think more about your water usage, electricity usage, everything what goes into sustainability, and they ask you to measure it. So we have to find tools, how to measure our water consumptions, and when we say we want to reduce, when we have our targets, we want to reduce 25% for in the laundry, for example, then we have to find ways to do it, and that we have to measure it and give the feedback to Green Key to get this certification that we have reached this kind of code.
What is sort of like the method in which you then use those metrics in your own organization? Because I'm sure that when you set a target, be that driven by a standard or not, everybody has to sort of like contribute in their role to achieve that. Then how do you go about such a thing?
Yeah, I think engineering plays a very vital role in that, especially when we talk about water consumption. So, for example, in the laundry, we are using the last rinse water as the first water in the next washing cycle. So there was quite a big investment, of making this happen. But there is a return of investment, and we are saving lots of water by not pumping in fresh drinking water into the washing machine for the first cycle.
Okay.
So, of course, engineering, I mean, the ideas, there are always new ideas coming onto the table. So they're being discussed. And, of course, we have to put them in the budget for the next year. And once approved, we make sure, they're implemented. And then we measure the implementation of that, And, yeah.
And do you basically come up with those ideas here in a local context, or you're looking even abroad internationally, what best practices can be
well, both space. Of course, Hyatt, as an international company, they also have their sustainability targets, and we have a sustainability committee, which is called Hyatt Drive. So the committee, they look at certain aspects of sustainability, and then, of course, also the local legislations. You have now the Dubai Sustainable Tourism. They are also giving you a certification because you have to comply to certain sustainability aspects, and so there are different lines we have to drive, and we have to comply to Hyatt, Dubai, UAE government, and our own goals, what we are setting as a hotel.
Is it difficult to marry all those different sort of goals up more?
No, I think they all come down more or less to the same standards, and it's more or less the same codes. Some have a little bit different or added on aspects, but on the end of the day, it's all manageable. Yeah.
Do you think that technology actually plays a big role in this? Because obviously, with robotics, IoT, AI, there's a lot of development at the moment. Do you believe that can play a vital role going forward?
Extremely. Starting with small technologies, we have started a couple of years ago slowly going away from mop and bucket. Indoor, we don't mop anymore with a bucket. We only have scrubber dryers, walk behind scrubber dryers, right on machines because areas are really big and large. So they save tremendous amounts of water. I mean, the water they use, in a right-on scrubber dryer compared to if you would do the same area with a mop and bucket is like maybe 10 times as much. So, and also the chemical dosage in this case, and it's not as much time consuming, as going around, by foot, and dragging a mop and bucket set behind you. So these technologies we have adopted quite some time ago. But yes, we are looking into robotics now as well, which is very important, again, because we have large spaces, which can be taken care of at night or, when the areas are not so busy. And it can free people to do other things, which are more customer related,
Yeah, or deliver more value add even, I guess, in the way you do things. What do you expect from those type of technologies? Because obviously robotics is evolving also quite fast. There is a lot of intelligence built in. Is that helping also in managing the metrics as a tool?
Yeah, 100%. To see how long it takes to clean a space, how much electricity it takes potentially, how much time there is saved, on the human side. This is also very important. But also we earlier talked about these new washroom technologies, which is, I think, very important to have and to implement. There you have artificial intelligence letting you know, how much is the footfall of your washroom, how often you should go and change or check on the cleanliness, and send your personnel there to ensure that the cleaning is done and to refill all the disposables.
Yeah. What I always find fascinating is that obviously technology can be quite intimidating in a way for staff working in a particular process or way. Do you feel that technology is being perceived as a threat by your employees, or more like an advantage rather?
I would think as of now it's perceived as being forward-thinking and as an advantage. I mean, the technologies we are using in housekeeping, we have apps on our mobile phones where we see the occupancy, where we send messages to our teams, where they release rooms from, where they can see the guest preferences. And I think they're very proud of having a technology like that, and they're not running around anymore with a notebook and a pen, jotting down everything and ticking off what they have done, because they have everything on an app. So when we speak now about getting a robot to clean corridors or spaces from the back of the house, I think people are very proud, to present this and say, "Oh, our property, we are forward thinking and we are doing all this."
Yeah. Does that put a lot of pressure on training staff?
Also, of course, one has to know how to operate these machines, and I think some parts of these machines are quite sensitive, You have to be very gentle when you operate them, and then you open them, then you empty the filters, You cannot just rock them, You have to be very gentle and make sure, nothing breaks and things are staying in order.
Yeah. Do you, obviously here in the region, one of the big advantages is that we are very multicultural. There is a lot of different cultures here in Dubai. Do you feel that is a bit of a hindrance sometimes in the way you have to train or educate people to do stuff, because everybody comes with their own cultural background, or is that a non-issue?
I don't think it's a big issue. People come here for a purpose, and I think people are very open to learn and experience new things, and they embrace new technologies. I mean, it's a new generation, right? So They're just waiting for new things to come in. And when I see my teams, when they operate the walk behind scrubber dryers or the ride-ons, then they go into the exhibition hall or into the ballroom, and they're sitting on the ride-on vacuum cleaner. They're proud that they know how to ride this machine, and that they can do the job in a fraction of a time rather than having 10 people coming into the vacuum cleaner. Yeah. So he's very proud of what he's doing. Yeah. And he knows what he's contributing with his knowledge to the team.
Yeah. And when you told me that the Grand Hyatt is opening a water park, which is obviously a lot of water.
Yeah.
When you look at the big components in terms of sustainability, so the energy consumption basically in the building, water use, and then obviously, I guess food waste is another big stream. What sort of for you the big focus areas in the upcoming period, years to come, or is it all important?
No, of course. Every aspect is important, but now when we talk, for example, for the water park, we are really looking at all the aspects of sustainability, when we talk about food waste, we want to operate in such a way that we minimize food waste, and also packaging, and everything has to be biodegradable, and we look at minimal packaging. And of course, it's kind of a more or less fast food concept, right? People grab a burger or a hot dog, but still we want to make sure that the wastage is minimal while we are operating.
Yeah. Now, you have an extensive career in hospitality. What sort of the most proud moment for you over the past years, where you say in the context of sustainability, that is something we did really, really well?
Oh, we've done a couple of different things in the hotel, which I think make us very proud. We have, for example, in the laundry, we had implemented the low temperature washing program, which really contributes to saving water and electricity, especially steam. And we also have implemented a couple of years ago already a cleaning system where we use cleaning pads with industrial-made diamonds. Okay. So our marble floors, they had the polish for many years. So if there's no polish, so we don't have to strip. So there are hundreds of gallons of stripper which we are not laying down onto the floor. Yeah. So it's just this industrial-made diamonds and water. And we have also implemented a waste segregation system on the floors. So each floor has a set of different colored bins, and in the different colored bins there is the same color garbage bag inside, and it's a little bit semi-see-through. So when the boy who collects the waste, he can still see that in this garbage bag is only the garbage which is supposed to be in. So, for example, the blue bag is for plastic, only plastic waste. So the teams upstairs, they're segregating plastic, glass, aluminium, paper, and then, of course, they have a separate bin where everything else goes inside, all the other small waste things. So it's all color-coded, and it goes down to the waste collection area, and the waste collection company then collects it separately. Yeah. So it's segregated already for recycling, basically.
Yeah. Is that something you believe here in the UAE gets a lot of attention? I personally think it is still, if I look at my own private life here in Dubai, it's quite hard to separate waste streams.
But you see, I got this idea from Germany, actually. So one summer I went home, and I saw it. This is how it works. Glass goes in one, plastic goes in one. And if you don't segregate it, they won't take it. Yeah. And I said, we just do the same, because it helps. Yeah. I mean, otherwise it goes into the landfill, like this, it just goes to the recycling.
Yeah. It's quite easy, actually, to implement in a way.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a little bit of time, of course, putting things in. But I think it's... people get used to it.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Is sustainability for you an extra value to the brand? Is it something that the guest is actually expecting and choosing Grand Hyatt as a result as the destination?
Yeah, definitely. I think sustainable tourism is very much on the forefront, and people are looking for yes to sustainability certifications. When they travel, it's becoming more and more apparent. And even in the corporate world, when we have larger conferences, the organizers come and they say, "What are your certifications? And please make sure we are plastic free, we are paper free." They tell us what they want to see, and then we will oblige to their standards. Yeah. So sustainability means business, definitely.
Well, but that's for sure. I mean, and it's certainly, I think, for all of us, it's the small things actually that make the change already in perception of. So, what do you see as sort of the future? Let me rephrase the question. If money were no object, or if you had a want, basically, and you wanted to implement something in your operation, what would be the biggest priority for you in the context of sustainability?
Oh my God, maybe a self-cleaning guest room.
A self-cleaning guest room.
No, but jokes apart, I think artificial intelligence will play more and more a role. And to give something to maybe the room attendants when they, because sometimes people are very preoccupied, they do a job, they do it every day and they do multiple times, still they're missing out. If they would have a little gadget like glasses which would remind them, from here you move to there, and please don't forget to do this touch point, and don't forget to look behind the curtain, and something which gives them little hints while they're going through the room to make sure everything is covered. Yeah. That would be a nice thing. So I think we could eliminate the supervisors.
So very smart glasses.
Yeah, like a smart glass, to make sure that they remember everything.
Yeah. I guess that is the beauty about technology at the moment. That the aids that you can give to staff is it's enormous compared to what it used to be. What does a green mind mean for you as an individual?
Yeah, I think being in the hospitality industry and having seen all the environmental and sustainability protocols evolving over the years, me as a business leader, as a department head, as having a team of 120 people, I have to walk the talk. So for me, it's very important to speak about sustainability on a daily basis, to let people know, that we only have one planet and that they have to look after it. And it's not only for them, but for the generations to come.
Yeah. And do you think we're on the right track?
I hope so. I dearly hope so. There is a lot of work to be done still. There are a lot of things to be done. But if we continue and put a little bit more pressure, then I think we will get there.
Yeah, because otherwise the temperatures in Europe are only going up and up and up, and soon they are nearby. Tatjana, thank you very much for this conversation.
Thank you so much for having me.